Welcome to the program Coffee with CEO by CEO Club Pakistan and Management House. And the person and the company sitting next to me for today's session is a brand or is the pride for Pakistan. So please welcome Waqar Ahmed Malik, Sitara Imtiaz, who's the Chairman, Fauji Group of Companies, MD and CEO, Fauji Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nazia.
There is a lot about Fauji Foundation. So you guys deal in fertilizer, cement, food, power generation, gas exploration, security service, financial services, mashallah.
I would, if you allow me to
Yes.
say, we don't see ourselves in those businesses.
Okay.
There's a history behind those businesses being set up.
Okay.
And what we say too is that we get into these businesses to solve Pakistan's pressing needs.
Oh.
So for example, if we have the fertilizer business, it is to do with farm yields. How do we get more yields up and get the food out there? When we have the dairy, it's about nutrition, solving Pakistan's issues on nutrition. So I describe that's where we put a helping hand to Pakistan's economic development. If you take our energy sector, Mari Petroleum is a well-known name. We are there to solve the energy security of Pakistan, and we go and drill into those areas which others feel very shy to go. So this is how we describe our role in the economy.
So means you are touching almost each and every sector to solve the sector's problem.
Sector's problem, and if you go back to the history, you will find that at that time the private sector was very shy to invest.
Yes.
If you go back to that era, it was Fauji Foundation. I must say, this was the vision of my predecessors.
Oh.
That they got into this and showed the way. And then, of course, when privatization happened, the private sector followed. It became a very thriving industry. The sectors that we are in, and we compete in those sectors.
So, political and economical instability in Pakistan. Your comment on that?
Well, you know, we live in a developing country.
Okay.
This is take it as part and parcel of in your stride, I would say. I think the beauty is that in a chaotic market or at chaotic times, you will always find the returns are always better than other markets. I think the challenge there is how do you manage the risks? People who can manage the risks and navigate themselves will always create value.
Where do you see Fauji Foundation and or Fauji Group of Companies 5 years down the road?
Yeah, we
all of them.
Sure. Again, as I said, we contribute to Pakistan's development. The 2-3 big themes that we see ourselves helping the economic development of Pakistan would be farming. We have already launched, as you know, we showed the way. Mining is the second one, and mining for critical metals like copper, gold, lithium. Those are critical metals, and we would like to again do the path breaking there. And then, of course, the services sector, we want to boost the exports, and we really want to again lead or join hands with other players in the IT sector for exports. So those three, to me, are really the emerging themes.
So let's talk about the Fauji Foundation portfolio as a number of employees. So how many people are engaged with you, the whole group?
Interesting, thank you, Nazia. We are 27,000 people.
Mashallah.
Yes, and of those 27,000 people, about about 1/4 are ex-servicemen.
Okay.
So the rest 75% are
Civilians.
Which is not a well-known number that people
I wasn't expecting 25%
So
only.
we actually not in running the sectors that I just mentioned.
Okay.
Actually, we are a hybrid organization established under the Charitables Act 1870 and through an endowment. And basically, this is a hybrid organization, and our mission is really to look after the welfare of ex-servicemen in health and education. But
Wow.
at the same time, we have evolved to open our doors to civilians.
For civilians as well.
Yes, and that's subsidized.
Man, 75% is civilian.
Yes.
Which is, I think, so not a very well-known thing to the general
Yes, and
public.
so, for example, we run schools and universities,
MashaAllah.
and more than half are civilians in those universities and schools and colleges. And in health, we run about 11 hospitals. We treat 2 million patients a year. And how do we fund? We cannot get any money from outside. because of the way it's structured. Neither can we give out any money. So when it started initially with an endowment money which was left by the British to be distributed to the war veterans, it was decided by the government of Pakistan with the sponsors that it may be invested in an endowment. That was about $5 million then,
MashaAllah.
in the 50s.
Oh, wow.
And they decided, and I think that was a very visionary decision, to invest in something which they started in a couple of companies, and the income from those companies will finance the welfare. And Alhamdulillah, today it is those investments, because 90% of those investments are owned by public. So public is about 50% shareholder. We are 50% shareholder. These are publicly listed companies. So when we declare dividends, half of the dividends go to the public. We've given out something like 44 billion last year in dividends from the investments that we do. And we have paid, because those companies compete in the private sector, so we pay our taxes like others do, and we paid something like 192 billion rupees duties and taxes, which we do every year. So about ₹1 trillion since 2016.
Now this is making me more clear that why IFCC is formed as well, just to improve the economy of Pakistan.
Yes, so
even the Fauji Foundation is just to improve the people of Pakistan and economy of Pakistan.
Yes, it's got a dual purpose. It's to do with the welfare. Basically, it's to do with welfare. It's just that the financing of that welfare is not from outside. We invested wisely, and most of these are listed companies, as I said, and therefore the dividends actually finance that. So it's for us, it's like running a place where how do you manage the portfolio and how do you manage the welfare and still save something to invest more. This is a beautiful model which I've come across, and I'm very actually privileged to be leading it.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, it's a great honor for me.
So let's talk about Waqar Ahmed Malik now.
Yeah.
Who is, and your Sitara Imtiaz later, but who is Waqar Ahmed Malik? 3 things you want to share about yourself.
I'm like
okay.
you people. I am
No,
not,
because we so want to know you.
I'm not anything special. It's just that
handling such a. So now let's talk about your Sitara Imtiaz then.
Yes. So this is as you know, this. First of all, I'm very grateful that it was bestowed on me. There was of course, there's a procedure by which you get it, and basically it was given to me for the social work that I've done.
I know, that's what I wanted to ask.
And in that, these 4 years under my watch, 160-bed modern hospital has been built. There is a nursing school that has been built. And for the first time, a girls' hostel for 100 girls. And we've also set up an artificial limb center, which is run on 3D printers, one of the most modern in the region. So I'm very happy that I've been able to give back. Whilst I've watched the portfolio grow, but at the same time, to me, the fulfilling thing has been the welfare side.
वकार साहब, ये तो कमाल नहीं हो गया, दुनिया आखिरत दोनों के दोनों साथ साथ सवर गए, है ना?
अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे ये शर्फ बख्शा, तो I'm very
done. So there is a lot I want to ask, but you are a keynote speaker too. So